Right, you can lead.
Okay.
Hey, Railbirds, here we are at the 2024 U.S. National Artistic Pool Championships. We are coming at you live from the league room in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are down to the nitty gritty. We're down to the finals. This is what it all comes down to. Tim the Dragon Chin versus Jimmy the General Glanville. This is Jimmy's first appearance in the finals, and he's playing great. But will he have what it takes to take on the Dragon, the number one seed? Let's find out. Being joined by our guest commentators, Jason Lynch and Mark White. I'm going to stop talking and let our guest commentators take over. Go ahead, guys.
Thank you, Kevin. And hi, Mark. How are you doing from overseas there?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you, mate. In Thailand at the moment, enjoying every single minute of this. 6:30 a.m. in the morning for me on Sunday. But let me say, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. This is where I want to be. Really looking forward to this, and a pleasure to be commentating with you once again, Jason.
Do you know what shot
always.
this is?
This is the just showing off shot. So Jimmy has elected to pick the trick and fancy shot. This is an 8-point shot on a first attempt. And so he'll 2-ball cross side, 1 in the corner, 3, or 1 in the side, 3 in the side, 6 down the corner, 7 cue ball around for the 8. 8 points.
Well, that's just showing off, that is, to do it first time. Oh.
Making Steve Mizrak proud. That shot came from a Miller Lite commercial back in the 80s. So he's first blood there. Yeah. So Jimmy's very first appearance. Here's the replay here.
Yeah, it's trick shot time, never mind Miller time.
No kidding.
Just making that, Jason.
Beautiful.
Squeezing it in. Go on, plop. There it goes.
Now, Jimmy's first event was way back in 2007. I actually saw him come into the trick shot movement back then. And he's always been one that's just enjoyed the sport, enjoys the love of the game. And it's nice to see him doing well at one of these tournaments and seeing his first finals appearance. And Tim's going to try and answer him with the same just showing off shot. Tim Gallagher, one of our newest board members for our artistic pool division.
So,
3
same shot.
rounds.
Oh, well, that's a little bit wide.
So he may have hit that first ball a little thick. It didn't allow him to go long enough on the 3-railer. Yeah, just coming in short just a little bit there. Oof, less than a chalk cube.
Are you a little bit surprised at Jimmy making the final? Or did you kind of expect it at some point? It is his first final, as you said.
Jim's
Is
always
it a
had
little
the
bit of a
ability.
shock?
Jim's always had the ability. It's just, bringing it all together, in one spot. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. He's always had the stroke and, the desire to get there. So just a matter of time for him. Second attempt, made the adjustment. No problem, a little longer. Just 7 points there, 8-7 in favor of Jimmy. And so Tim is picking the even numbered shots. Here we go. A little bit longer in the cue ball. And lengthen out the 3-railer. Yeah, Mark, I've been seeing you commentating all over God's green earth. So it's...
Yeah, I've been everywhere. I start again tomorrow with the Predator
Wonderful.
events tomorrow, and then I'm off to India on the 24th for some more hayball for the Junior World Championship. So I'm getting around. I'm loving every single minute of it. Oh, I love this shot.
This is Tim's favorite shot in discipline, too.
Perfect.
Cue ball, get out of the way. That's a make.
Oh,
That is a make. Unbelievable. 10 points on a first attempt. That shot
I
is
believe
a little deceptive. Go ahead, Mark.
I believe I saw him play that in a final before, and I think he used it as one of his extra shots. You know, in the sudden death. I think I
He
could be
shot that
wrong.
actually
I
against
was
me.
wrong before.
He shot
It
that
was
against me in one of
against
the
you.
tournaments. Yep.
Yes, I remember. Oh, cue ball just moving out the way in time.
Now, Tim's had my number in quite a few playoff matches. That particular playoff match, I did best him, though, but Tim has been a force to be reckoned with in artistic pool lately. Look at this.
No,
Straighten out a
reigning
little
number
bit.
one.
Straightening out a little bit more. Now, what's deceptive about this shot is because you're on the center chalk, or the center diamond line, you actually have to bank this a little bit of an angle because you want to come into that front ball. So he's almost shooting a straighten out table and needs to angle it a little bit to allow the split on the balls.
I see what you mean. The ball he's trying to make contact is to the right, isn't it? Of centre. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be on the center diamond with the chalk cube. So that chalk must be aligned with the center line of the table. So it is deceptive.
Yeah. So you're not shooting straight down. You're going slightly to the right, like that. Oh.
Good choice by Tim. Not a lot of people shoot this.
Nil point, as they say in France.
There he is, 12th in the world, Chicopee, Massachusetts. And he has had a great 2022 and 23 so far. A couple discipline wins under his belt, and a couple sportsmanship award. That tells you the character that Jimmy has. He's just a great ambassador for our sport, and that's what we love to see.
Yeah, I do love that award that you give out for the Sportsmanship Award. It kind of personifies this sport, I think. All gentlemen played in terrific spirits always. Here we see the Dragon.
He is the National Artistic Pool Champion 2 years ago. And the Coggin Auto Artistic Pool Open, that was one of my best tournaments, and Tim came in the finals and ran me over. I felt like roadkill on that tournament. But, yeah, speaking of Sportsmanship Award, yeah, we actually have the players vote on who they think exemplifies that sportsmanship and the professional demeanor in the sport. And I'm sure she's listening right now, so I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Caitlin, congratulations. I can see her in the room. She's laughing. So you're the first to hear that, Mark. Caitlin won our
Well,
sportsmanship
good to
award.
see her. Perfect and great sportswomanship award. Surely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's good to see Caitlin back competing again. And of course, in the World Championships, there will be another lady playing
Well,
on the
and
way
what-
from Slovakia.
And what we did is we have a qualifier for the World Championships, but I'm basically hosting the event in Michigan. So I have the option of allowing a player in without qualification. Oh, first attempt there for Jimmy. Sorry about that. Connecting there. And so that is 8 points on a first attempt. And so Jimmy bringing it up to 16. So Caitlin has the sponsorship spot for Bay City. We have allowed her to have that sponsorship spot. So congratulations, Caitlin. She'll be shooting with us at the World Championships. So we'll have 2 women in our field for the first time in quite a while. So here we go.
Fabulous.
Beautiful
Yeah,
stroke
played
here by
this
Jimmy.
well.
Little pinball draw shot.
I wonder will we see the follow version of this as well. That's equally pretty. Oh dear, that wasn't pretty. It sounded ugly as well. A miscue.
I think he rushed it a little bit. I don't think he was set before he delivered the hit on that ball. This will be 7 points if he makes it on the second attempt. Now, what's cool about the shot is actually that ball by the side pocket's adjustable, so we can bring it in and out of the pocket up to a ball without. So it allows for a little bit easier carom.
Well, there was a big bang in the background there. It wasn't Kevin Ross dropping his wallet, was it?
A feather hitting the ground would make more noise.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
I say it's the first time it's seen the light of day in a long while, that wallet.
Here we go, third attempt.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Wow. So close. Well, good shot by Jimmy. Good pick.
Yeah, and got it on the first attempt as well. And there was a couple of... That was the nearest one.
Within about a tip width. All right, moving on.
I just wonder, Jason, is Jimmy's name on this trophy already? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just... You know, he scraped through in the last one by a point. You're just wondering...
He might have his name already on it. I'll tell you, if I could write it on there, I would for him. But he's got every bit of ability to write it on himself.
Yeah, it would be nice for him to pick up his first winner's trophy.
Mm-hmm. This is a pull shot. Got to cut this in. Go 3 rails.
Well, he's missed the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it was you yesterday. Don't want to bring this up really. It might not be you, but I think it was you. Didn't you miss the pot 3 times on this shot yesterday?
No, I did not play this.
Ah, okay. It was somebody else in. They actually missed the pot 3 times. Kevin probably remembers who it was.
I think it was Brian. Brian shoots his shot. It's one of his shots he shoots.
Was it Brian?
Here we go. Second attempt. Made the pot long enough.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
I don't think it's long enough.
Oh!
That is so close.
I don't know where that noise just came from out of my mouth. I'm sorry about that.
I think it was a gasp. Oh my gosh. You think the wind would have made it? Unbelievable. Third attempt here. See if we can connect. Okay. He let up on the speed.
Oh, it's
Did he
a
give it a
little
spin?
bit wrong again. No.
Boy.
Wow.
The interesting thing about that shot is there's 3 players in the tournament that started out as pool players and were pretty good players before they started artistic pool. Jimmy Moody is one of them. Jimmy Glanville, another one. And myself, and Brian plays also. I mean, those are the 4 pool players, really, that were a decent amateur player before they got into trick shots. So this takes a really good aim and stroke for a pool player.
Yeah, it certainly is a stroke shot, isn't it? And of course, it's a shot that comes up a lot in 9-ball.
Okay, Jimmy Wood more of an upright stance. A little elevated.
Oh, look at this.
Got
This
plenty of
looks
spin.
brilliant.
Look at this. Get in the hole. Wow.
Wow.
Jeez. That's a great shot. What an answer. What an answer.
Yeah, and that was on Tim Chin's choice.
That's in the follow category. That's an 8-point shot. Yeah, Jimmy's a little more elevated. Look at the ball jump. You had a jump follow shot on it. Whatever it takes to get around the table, I guess.
Doesn't matter how you get that.
No, it's still a
As long
W.
as you do.
Well, that's follow category. So bank kick will be Jimmy's pick. Let me see, bank kick. I think what Jimmy will pick here. Probably the speedy
So that's a
skater.
little. Yes, it is as well. One of my favourites. This is going to be in my 5 shots that I'm going to learn when I come to the World Championships next year in your hometown, Mr. Lynch.
Are you coming? Are you going to be there physically?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna.
Oh man, that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna try and. I'm gonna try and tie it in with the CSI Expo in Las Vegas. So your tournament will be first, and then Las Vegas will be kind of. It's always around.
It's
mid
the next
to
week.
late February. Yeah,
the BCA
next
event's
week,
the next
yeah.
week, and we made
Yeah,
sure that we
so-
didn't conflict with that. So I thought there might be some people that go to both, so we wanted to make sure we did not hit that date. So, and we wanted to stay away from Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, this Speedy Skaters plays a little bit different depending on the table conditions. And usually players will use a couple balls at the end rail to space those cues out from like a diamond line.
6 rails. This looks very good. First off, it's
Needs to
going to
hurry.
be maximum
Needs to hurry.
points.
Needs to hurry.
Oh, it's gone. Yes, it's got there just.
Beautiful shot. That is a 9-pointer on the first attempt.
Do you know what I mean when somebody's name is on the trophy? I mean,
Mhm.
he's had a couple of really thin contacts there, and that didn't have to drop that 9 ball there, Jason, but it did. I'm just wondering, is it his year?
We call them angel wings, kicking balls in pockets for us. So. And I'll tell you, that shot, if you hit halfway up in those sticks, it does not have to go. Because usually you hit that further down in the sticks, and it helps with the running English. That's unbelievable. That hit halfway up the sticks and still went long enough to make the ball on the side.
It actually bounced, didn't it, off of the sticks by, about 6 inches away from them. So just managing to make it with the thinnest of contacts took the paint off the 9 ball.
All right, let's see if Tim can answer here. It looks good, depending on the bank
Oh, yes,
is.
he can. Oh, yes, he can.
The bank is good. 9 points back from Tim. Okay, still a 7-point game here. That is bank kick. Good follow through.
It's hotting up. It's hotting up.
It is. His was a little smoother. Hit further down the stick. Great shot there. All right, on to stroke. This will be Tim's pick. And he is going to do swing the gate. This is a 10-pointer.
He made it on his very last attempt when he played this last time, Jason.
Yeah, against Jamie, I remember that.
He was very unlucky on his second shot. He hit the ball over the side pocket, but it just didn't drop. It just didn't have enough speed to make it drop.
It looked like it glued right to the ball.
Yeah.
This is a little deceptive sometimes. That 2 millimeter is just, it's either feast or famine. You're either hitting it great or you're hitting it horrible. There is no in between. And so the way you hit this is actually not parallel. You're not going straight at the same contact point, aiming the same point into the object ball. You actually aim through the cue ball thicker onto the object ball. That's how the stroke shots hit with this. And then that way the mass of that object ball allows the cue ball to snap back. You watch him angle a little bit into this 10 ball.
So you want more pushback from the 10 ball.
You see how he's angled?
Yeah. I'd never have said that's how you'd play this. Well, don't want to play it like that.
Now, there is another way, a couple different ways of stroking this ball. A carom stroke, what they will is they'll they'll address the ball center, and as they stroke, they'll actually follow through into a bottom right or a bottom left stroke. So they'll address center and then come into the ball and drift outward and downward on the stroke in a carom
Well, it's
stroke.
not. It's not the first miscue we've seen from Tim tonight.
We didn't miscue on that turn. Ooh, no speed.
Yeah, caught the butt of the cue, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit too far down it.
Jimmy knows the shot, so if Tim doesn't make this, he leaves a little bit of an opening. He stayed down, just didn't get enough spin on it. And the spin is what gives you your speed also. It snaps off that second rail. And you see trickshottim.com. Tim's got a great repository of shots online that you can learn a lot of the shots that we shoot in our tournaments. He's the other veteran of the sport other than me. It's been around the longest.
I've got to ask you the question. How come you and the Dragon wear the same coloured shirts?
I don't know.
You don't have to answer that. Was another miscue.
Well, I've got 3 shirts. This is one that fits the best today. No, I like the red.
Enjoy that.
I'm kind of a
Tim
loud person.
again.
No
Yeah,
score
it
there.
suits you. It suits your flamboyant personality, your colourful personality, shall we say.
I appreciate it. Ooh, Jimmy's got a purple cue. That's pretty. That's one of those Marty Carey jump cues. All right. So Tim left a little bit of an opening here. There's some meat on the bone there. And he's got a 7-point lead right now. So if he connects on this, it could be anywhere from 15 to 17-point lead. That's big. And this is your stroke. So there's 2 more shots left in the back-to-back picks, and then we go to wild card. So there's only 10 shots left after this stroke here.
Jason and myself in the booth for this one, which is always a pleasure. Now, one thing I've noticed, Tim Chin yesterday was absolutely on fire, making most of his shots first attempt. That match lasted about 28 minutes, I think it was. Today, he's not really been at the races, to be honest, Jason.
Tim had a tough tournament in the playoffs, the last tournament he played. I think he took 6th or 7th, and that was unlike Tim. So I don't know if, his job's changed or home changed where he hasn't had as much practice time, but, finals are tricky. You can get into finals and either, shrug the cobwebs off, or you can go the other way too.
Yeah.
I had a horrible preliminary. I was 6th most of the way to the tournament. Ended up hitting a very good jump in an essay round that got me back into it, and had a good playoff against Jamie. And even though I lost, I actually felt really good about the playoff. And so, you can shake the cobwebs off, and you can either come to the surface or fall on your face. It just playoffs are tough. Head-to-head's different, a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jimmy the General. See if he can command his troops here.
Oh, good save there. Saved a little bit of setting up time. Natural instincts.
Yeah, Jimmy's not a solid player, or a flashy player is what I mean. But he just, there's no give in him, though. I mean, he just is very consistent on what he does. And that's what you need in a playoff. You just need to keep making shots.
Super nice guy. Normally travels
Look at
with
this,
his
look at
wife
this,
to
look at this.
these as well.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, similar to Tim's attempt.
Yeah, these
So one
tables
more
aren't
go.
these tables aren't sliding a lot today. One of the things we do for our venues that we actually hold our tournaments in, we actually provide them with cloth. And so a lot of times they'll wait till our tournament to replace their cloth. So we're not normally shooting on brand new cloth. But that being said, Chris does a great job here at the league room of keeping his equipment up and just incredible. And he's always been a great host for us.
Yeah, I met him when I was there a couple of years ago. Super nice guy, never stops working, as does his partner. And he was up till very, very late. And then he drove me home to the hotel because I stayed on to play some pool. I think I was playing pool against Jamie Moody, actually, playing some 9-ball on the 7 foots.
That's right, I remember that. Okay, third attempt here. What do you think, Mark? We think a connection here?
I think he doesn't make it.
I should have asked you quicker.
The art of commentary. Wait until I've hit the shot before you make any prediction.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. Really? That's great. Well, you're psychic. That's great.
As the cue ball heads towards the corner pocket.
Right. I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah. I think he's going to come up a little short now. Swing and a miss. All right, we're down to jump now. So this will be Jimmy's pick and jump. Trying to think what is he going to pick and jump? A waterfall shot. But Tim jumped so well.
We had this earlier on.
Yeah, he might pick
in the semi-final.
But Tim jumped so well that Jimmy might not pick that because it'd be almost like wasting a shot. But the thing is
yeah,
Tim went 38 and 38 and jump in Massey. So what do you pick on him?
Yeah, Jimmy played the waterfall in his semi-final and made it, and then Steve Markle did as well.
This is a great pick. This is a great pick.
I love this shot. Super tough.
I've only seen 3 people actually pick this. Or actually, 3 people shoot this. Brian was one of them. We shot this.
Florian was one.
Brian and I both made this shot at the Masters when we played against each other. He made it, and I came up and answered and made the shot. And there is a cool little trick as far as aiming this ball. When you set the ball in the triangle, I use a stripe. And what I do is I put the stripe even with the long line of the table, and I aim at the right edge of the stripe. That gives me my aim point, and it actually is pretty close to the angle you need for them to split jump and make the balls. So you start at the edge of the stripe, and then you work your way inward a little bit if they're not making the angles you want.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the Predator 10-ball shootout shot.
I am.
In the races to 4 format. Well, in the end, players, when they were racking it themselves, were actually racking it with the stripe of the 10. In a way, the disco started by the sounds of it.
Yep.
That's not serious, is it? Somebody getting a little bit too heavy-handed with the old volume button there. I was just about to say, so now the white part of the 10 ball has to be facing up and down so that the stripe is spherical around like the Saturn planet, so it's around. There's no aiming point that you can choose from it.
Right.
So players, I get where you're coming from with that.
Well, I shot in the Predator event and ended up playing in a, look at this. Oof. Nice try. I played in the sudden death against Riku Romanen from Finland.
Yeah.
In one of my matches.
From Finland.
And I beat Riku in the sudden death.
Was that in Puerto Rico?
No, that was in the Michigan event.
Oh, Michigan, okay.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah, Riku, very good player.
Oh, he's really coming on. He recently reached the semi-finals of the Finland Matchroom Open, which I went to in Helsinki. Got to the semi-finals, lost out to Nurkioi, who eventually went on and took the title, beating
he came out of the gate and
Francisco in the
blistered
final.
me. He blistered me the first set, 4-0. I came back 4-2 the second set and took it to the semifinals, or to the sudden death, but here we go.
Yeah, it's a shame we've had to lose the sound of the balls, to be honest, because surely they can just wait to put the music on for another 30 minutes or so for the final. It can't be very nice for the players to play with loud music like that going on as well, although it looks like I'm more bothered about it than they are, so... Oh, look at this.
Oh, he made it. He made it.
And the cue ball went off the table, but it doesn't matter.
It didn't go off the table. It went into the pocket.
Oh, it didn't. Oh, it went in the pocket, did it? I thought I saw it fly off the table.
It clipped the ball on the way. It bounced, clipped the ball, jumped over the ball, and then the ball went in with it.
Ah, okay.
I think we'll see a replay here in a second. Yeah. Best streamer in the world right here. Boom. Jumpy, jumpy, jumpy.
Oh, it's caught the point of the rail, hasn't it there? Almost jumped off the table.
All right, here's the masse. So we are the jump masse, my favorite. 9-pointer. Now the interesting thing about this is you have to get the cue ball past the second diamond line. No problem there. 9 points, first attempt. Answer, answer, answer.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
So the split jump he made on
top
the
stuff, isn't
second attempt.
And I missed giving him points for the jumping in and out shot. How many points did he get on that one?
That was 9 points second attempt. It was a 10-point shot.
9 points.
Yeah,
Okay.
He made on the second attempt. And then he just made that on the first attempt for 9 points. So there we go. 44-33. Look at this.
Well, he's really hit some form, hasn't he, in this final? Some
Anything
people
you can
can
do, I can do
freeze
better.
in the final. Yeah, I mean, you know, first final as well. Let's not forget that.
I'm going to see if I can be a DJ and shut some music off. I'll be right back.
Yeah, please do so, because it's spoiling the viewing pleasure, I'm sure, for a lot of the fans not being able to hear the applause and the balls and stuff like that. Surely they can just wait until this final's over. Beginning to sound like a moaning old man, aren't I? Turn
Get
that
off my
music down.
and get off my lawn while you're at it.
Yeah, get off my land.
Yes, Tim, Jimmy is on fire.
Yeah, I mean, what? I mean, let's be honest. He didn't play great in the semi-final, but he got through. But in this final, he's just playing lights out. It's just a completely different Jimmy. It's terrific to see as well, especially in his first final. Absolutely loving this.
All right, here
So,
we go,
Jason.
guys. We are into the wild card rounds.
Oh, look what we've got coming up.
Oh, boy. Don't break the window, guys.
Yeah,
This
he
is
almost
what
made this earlier on.
Yeah, he loves this shot. There's a Rob Peacock.
Yeah, Rob, a trick shot man as well.
Yeah, he played in a few events quite a while ago, but yeah. He's starting to do some more trick shots again, so nice to see him watching the stream. Thanks for tuning in, Rob.
Takes the 2 away. That's the gap that he's got to get through. Just 2 balls. It looks a lot bigger than it actually is from that angle.
This is one of the shots he made against Steve. And
it is,
Steve,
yeah.
Yep.
And Steve got very close, didn't he? Twice.
Man. He had it beautiful. It's very hard to overstroke the ball and come to the rail before the ball. Usually everybody goes long. So for Steve to hit that twice and miss it short is incredible. So got to carry him off the 1 or the 2 and the 1 just right to go through that opening.
Do you play this as a right-hander or a left-hander would play it, Jason?
I play it the opposite direction. I play it the opposite direction what Jimmy's playing it now. So.
Yeah. Brian was explaining that earlier on.
It's just unique. You know, every player has a favorite way of shooting these shots. Wow. Okay. That was different. Jimmy doesn't usually miss it that badly. I think he just hit it just way too full on the 1 ball. He didn't carry him off the 2 at all.
So it was an aiming issue.
Yeah, just an aiming issue. I think the stroke was fine.
So he's aiming between the 1 and the 2, is that correct?
Yeah, actually where he puts the cue ball, you actually aim kind of through the gap between the 2 and the 1. Actually almost at the pocket point there. That's kind of your aim point on this. It's usually top right. Huh.
Oh, his stroke seems to have left him.
He's shooting this backwards from what he shot the last round.
No, he's shooting it the same way, isn't he? Because Brian brought up the point that he's playing it like a left-hander.
Yeah, he plays it opposite. That's right.
Yeah.
It's just he's just not catching the 2 on the way through. So he's catching the 1. It's kind of pinching between the 1 and the 2 and just taking the cue ball and everything straight to the rail.
Love to see him make this.
It'd be clutch on a 3rd attempt. Tim does know this shot. And he can't be number 1 in the world without knowing this shot, really.
No.
Come on. Okay, come on. Look at this.
Oh no.
What an attempt. Man. To be that far off the first 2 attempts.
3rd attempt. How close was this, though? Really, Jason? Come on, look at this.
Unbelievable. Shit. Oh. I don't think you could put a credit card between that cue ball and the 8 ball. That was tight. Wow. Look at him shaking his head. He knew he left a little meat on the bone there. That should have been a must-make for Jim. You know,
I can't believe, Jason. I can't believe we're going cashless even on trick shot explanations now. You've even gone with a credit card on to describe that instead of a dollar bill. You can't fit a dollar bill. You can't fit a credit card between it.
That's funny. Yeah, the whole world's gone cashless.
Yeah.
It's funny. Oh. Well, sometimes banks aren't open. You know, you need the ATM. That's one of the...
So we've had plenty of trick shot artists in here tonight. Blurred Vision has joined us now. Blurred Vision Trick Shots. He says he loves both these guys, but he's got a root for his mentor, Tim.
Anthony's a great player. Lucky to have him. So he's one of our players in our tour now. So, ooh,
very close.
Now, he missed it the other way. He didn't get enough top on it. So now Tim can actually make the adjustment. a little higher up on the cue ball. You can slow it down a little bit to get the spin to take more, but he'll probably just come up higher on the cue ball and use the same stroke. But yeah.
You see, this to me, Jason, looks like the favoured way to play this shot. Even me as a left-hander, I would definitely play it the same way that Tim is playing it. I don't know why. It's just a preference thing, I guess. But
I've always shot it this direction just because that's how I learned it. I mean, sometimes it's just, when you first put something in your brain, it's kind of programmed.
Yeah.
Especially with trick shots. I think he makes this.
I think you're right.
He made the adjustment. I think you're right. All right. All right, so that's Trick and Fancy. And so we are in the wild card pit because I have a second attempt on that. Oh, that's foul.
Pretty good scoring as well. Yeah, it's good scoring, isn't it? 52-42.
That's a great score this early in the match.
Look at
that. And that was 8 points on a second attempt. That was in the follow category.
I always thought that was a 10-pointer. I don't know why.
Yeah, it should be a 10.
Yeah, I thought it would be as well. It's one of the more difficult ones, I would have said.
So we are into, this is a 4A. Ooh, here we go. Luke's stroke jump shot. This is my favorite stroke shot now. I love this shot.
Yeah, I love this as well. I learned something earlier on. It was invented by a Pole, a man from Poland, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard right.
Luke Chevalier, okay, and he was a student of Bogdan Wolkowski. I don't know if you know that name. Now, Bogdan was a trick shot artist. He was in the first part of our movement, 2003 through 2006, 2007. Incredible player. Had some shoulder problems and actually kind of got away from the trick shots in the sport. Bogdan was famous for bottle shots, where he would have 3 bottles on the table, and he would hit the cue ball, and it would hit a ball off the end bottle into the pocket, and the cue ball would spin on the bottle top. And but yeah, famous for that. Great trick shot artist, very inventive, wonderful individual, and a good mentor. So yeah, Bogdan Wolkowski. That's a name that's from the old school. And so Luke was a kind of a student and the person that came before or after Bogdan in Poland. So here we go.
Well, if this isn't there, I'm going to eat my hat. What a shot.
Now, the unique thing about this, you can shoot this stroke shot 2 different ways. Okay, you saw on the replay here, coming up, you'll see Tim shooting this into the rail. Okay, and that is getting the deflection. Okay, and the cue ball jumps out. Now, the other way to shoot it is the way Jimmy will shoot it, because I actually helped Jimmy with this stroke shot, and I learned how to shoot this from Andrew Sozio. Andrew shoots this stroke shot better than probably anybody in the tournament. He shoots this incredible. And so you'll see that Jimmy's going to angle outward to shoot this shot. Once he gets set up, I'll show you and explain it. But basically,
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, you're trying to pinch it and get it to just snap out. It's easier to get it to come the 2 rails and the spin with the way Jimmy and I shoot it. But Tim hits this so well, and he's shot it the same way. There's no reason to change. So you'll see him angle this. Oh, he's going inward with it too.
No, he's gone the same way.
It changes.
Look at this first time as well.
Look at this. I stand corrected.
Oh dear.
Maybe I'm shooting it the wrong way. You never know. Oh, I can be taught. I can be taught. I'm not without humility. That's a 9-point shot for both of them on the first attempt.
I think you need to get some lessons from Jimmy.
He can give me some lessons. That's fine.
I mean, how perfect has he hit this?
Oh, he hit this great.
Oh,
You know,
he's playing out of his skin.
I hit it first attempt against Jamie, so mine's not broke either, so I'm not going to fix it. But if it does end up giving me problems, I'll call Jimmy. 1-800-Glanville. That'll be the new trick shot line. So 61-51. We got a 10-point game here.
Yeah, he's staying with him, and it's important that he does.
He just needs to stay within one shot because anything can happen in these playoff matches. You might pick a quirky shot or something. Roll might happen. You never know.
Yeah, Rob there in Canada.
Here's the waterfall.
Yeah, he made this earlier on with consummate ease.
Jimmy's just going to put points on the board and see if Tim basically loses concentration, misses a shot. Just keep putting points on the board. Talked to Tom Rossman, a little while ago, and talked to him about, when he used to shoot for Trick Shot Magic on ESPN. And we had a big conversation about, his kind of strategy every time he got into that format, because it's similar to what we're doing here. And he said, all I did was just make shots. He said, the one ESPN Trick Shot Magic, he said, I made every one of my shots.
Yeah, just keep scoring points and see what your opponent does. The only thing with this one is, barring a really big mistake from Tim, he's surely going to make it the first time as well, because I think Jimmy's going to.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this pick. I think it's a wasted shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't want to dumb down the shot too much, but I think it's, the reason we don't see it very often is because I think it's a little bit too easy. I hope that doesn't come across wrong, guys.
No, because the thing is, we've got, different difficulties on up. This is a 6-point shot, and that's what it should be. It's easier the jump shots. A good pool player is going to make any of our 6-point shots in our program normally. And so,
okay,
that's not dumbing it down. That's just the nature of the beast. Easy shots, hard shots. So, but you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Could take his eye off it or something. Just miscue. Anything can happen at this game, can't it? We know it. We've seen it all before. I've even seen one of these miss before. Brian Pauley had missed. He missed one of these before, I think.
I will tell you a funny story after he's done shooting here. One more to go on the jumps.
Yeah, this looks a little bit awkward, doesn't it? It's
a little awkward for a right-hander shooting the other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
6-6, okay. So nothing gained, nothing lost there. But we were shooting at Jamaica Joe's, which was one of our venues quite a while back, and Will DeYonker was shooting the leapfrog shot, which is 4 balls in line, you're jumping the back ball, then the next,
yeah.
and the next. Okay?
And then the next one up, and the next one,
right.
The jumps get shorter and shorter, yeah.
Right. Well, Will was on a world record pace, okay? And he jumps the first 3, and he kind of hot dogs, and he holds his hands out, like, oh, yeah, and he gets down, and he misses the straight-in shot.
No.
And instead of getting the 7-foot table record, he tied it.
Oh.
So, pride comes before a fall.
How do you sleep after doing something like that? We've all done it, though. We've all done it at some stage in some game, haven't we?
We all have.
I just want to mention Theo, who's normally at these, of course. He's really appreciating all the matches that he's watched. But I want to appreciate you, Theo. The only reason he's not here now competing is he had to do his CPR certified course because he's a nurse. So thanks for your great service, Theo, and look forward to seeing you again very, very soon at one of these.
That is a underappreciated profession.
Oh, tell me about it.
All the best for Theo. 3-rail power draw shot. Here's Mike Massey's shot. This looks pretty good.
Yes, all the way.
Well, maybe. Hold on. Just enough. Hello. Here comes Tim. 10-point shot. First attempt.
Yeah, 20 points now. And pressure really beginning to build now on the general.
Trying to cage a dragon. That's not an easy thing to do. Yeah. He's got that red shirt, so he's fire breathing today.
Yeah, the dragon breathing fire as they're supposed to do.
I think he should be the pool samurai with the top knot. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. I was talking about the way his appearance earlier on, right down to the hair as well. It really does suit him, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why don't you try that as well in your red shirt? Let's have a top knot going on. Come on,
Well,
Jason. You're never too old for a top knot.
now, Mark, I had long hair for a while there. I don't know if you remember.
No.
Look at this. Ooh.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Tim Chin went mighty close to that point, but he just got past it. He gave a little bit of hip English, didn't he, Tim, when he played that shot?
He did. Now, my hair was down to about my armpits. And Brian and I went to Borderline Billiards for the benefit tournament for Jeanette Lee. And never tell Janet Atwell that you would cut your hair if they raised enough money. So Janet, I told Janet, I said, if you get $1,000, you can cut my hair. And so she announced this, and the gentleman that she rented the pool hall from, this is the rolled room, says, I've got this. He pulled out his checkbook and wrote a $1,000 check. And then the players and the people in the room pitched in another, I think it was $800. So I got an $1,800 haircut for Jeanette Lee.
They must have really hated your hair down to your armpits. So long as your armpit hair wasn't down to your waist, then that would be a problem.
So no score there for Jimmy. We are 77-57. No, but it was all about Jeanette. And Jeanette's just been an incredible person for the sport. And, when she came on the scene, it really put a highlight on the pool for a long time. And so, and here she's doing a lot better. And so well wishes to Jeanette coming, keeping going forward. And sponsors here, Champion, Dynaspheres, Gospel Trickshot Ministries.
Who's that lot there, look? I wonder.
Steve Lillison, this goofball, and a few other ones. So McDermott Hughes, Bobble Ball. And Nick Sticks, he's one of my sponsors. It's a mechanical cue stick.
Thank you, guys. Without you, we're not here doing what we do, giving you nice free pool to watch. Great stream as always from Railbirds.
Best streamers in the business,
Kevin
as far as
Ross.
I'm concerned.
And Sherry on the side camera.
We couldn't do that without him. We could not do this without him.
Please like and subscribe, guys. It really does help them out to keep bringing you the free pool. And then click the button, the bell as well. Ring the bell.
Yeah, the views on YouTube are what pays the bills. So view and share and do everything you can to keep promoting Railbirds and the pool and the billiards they bring to you. So here's a whip shot.
Another nice shot. Yeah, I love this one as well.
Yeah. This is a cool little shot. Just like the swing the gate shot, you actually hit into the one ball thicker. It's not a parallel. So you come into the one ball. Even more so. It's almost like a glancing hit.
Yeah, whip round the blocker ball. In this case, Jimmy's using the one ball.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
No, he's not.
It's the other side of the table. He's using, let's see. One of them. It's like, where am I going?
Just going back to Jeanette Lee for a second, I wasn't really into Paul when she was at her peak, but
Mm-hmm.
since her illness, and obviously I have been following her a lot more and
Mm-hmm.
following her journey since her illness, which she seems to be winning the battle at the moment, which is always great to see. But
Mm-hmm.
watching back some of her matches, I mean, she really was a beast, wasn't she, on the table? She
She
was
will.
just absolutely fantastic, and what a beautiful looking woman as well to boot.
A lot of people don't know that Jeanette suffered with scoliosis, and so she has a steel rod in her back. So a lot of the matches you saw that she was, performing at that high level, she had a back with most people wouldn't be able to even play, and she shot through, pain and everything else to even to play at that level at all. So, she's one of the people I look up to in the billiards industry and always have. It was Mike Massey for me, Earl Strickland, Johnny Archer, Jeanette Lee. Those were the four. Look at this shot. Oh,
No, didn't get into it enough.
and needs a little more spin to catch the side rail quicker, so it kicks out to grab the rack. No matter what happens here, Jimmy should be very happy with his performance here. But it is not over yet, folks. This guy does not quit. So if there's a way for him to come back on this, he will.
Yeah, he could so easily be called the grinder Glanville as well, couldn't he?
Ooh, that'd be a great
He
name.
never gives up.
Look at this shot. Enough. Hit the rack. Got it. Holy cow. I'll tell you, that is incredible. It barely hit the edge of the rack. That normally doesn't go if you catch the edge of the rack like that.
Yeah, just need to see a replay of that because it
Sorry
was
about
a
that.
Kevin. Kevin is hiding the shot from us now with that, with the details of Glanville.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here it comes.
Watch this catch just the very edge and the end of the rack. Dink! It barely
Wow,
caught it
right on
and
the
enough
metal.
spin to snap it. Wow.
Oh,
He missed that shot. He missed that shot. But remember what you were saying earlier, about
yeah.
name might be written on the trophy. So
How many shots has he hit like that so far, Jason? He's
well,
barely,
yeah,
go back to the Speedy Skater, for example. He just barely did it.
we've seen three of them. We've seen three of those shots.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? I don't put anything to chance. I just, and
Still
that's an
13
8-point
ahead,
shot,
though.
7 point second attempt. So what do we got? 13-point game right now. So we'll see what happens with Tim.
I mean, you would be expecting him to make this at some point. It's just a question
Mm-hmm.
of how many, what attempt he's going to make it on.
When you see
But you
Tim
never know.
grab Tim grabbed the diamond rack, which is pointed on the end, not rounded. It's actually bigger than the delta rack, so it gives you a little more aim point for the cue ball to come off from. Ooh, yeah,
Miscue, wasn't it?
that was a miscue.
Well, I tell you,
Uncharacteristic.
he should be looking at his tip maybe because that's about the fourth miscue that I've counted tonight that I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe more in over the two matches that we've seen on this table today. So maybe it's a tip problem.
May very well be. There's been a
Can't
couple shots
imagine
where he
he's
hasn't.
forgetting.
I mean, you can't be forgetting to chalk.
Well, that's just what I was going to say. He's not forgetting to chalk, is he?
Maybe the tip's just glazed over where he's not doing anything with it.
See, oh, there is his chalk.
He's chalking. Looks like it's the great white chalk, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I've got a question for you, and I know we haven't got a chalk sponsor as we see him making it on his second attempt. Oh no, he's missed it. So maybe he's got to move that rack slightly.
He does. He
Yeah,
does.
he's just going to move the rack slightly. I was just going to say something I've noticed about artistic pool players. You don't see many using Talm. Why not?
I use Tom.
I know you do, but it's always you always see the Masters chalk on the table.
Yeah, I don't know. A number of us,
Hmm.
I'm sponsored by Tom. Um, a lot of it's just old school. I know the Masters is a little more gritty. Um, and there's certain shots I change chalk with, but Tom seems to work for 95 to 100, 95% of what
Yeah.
I shoot. He did the same thing Jimmy
No.
did. Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, did exactly the same as Jimmy did, but didn't get it.
Well, he used the bigger rack, so it didn't deflect exactly the same. Clips the rack.
Yeah,
Boop.
that's interesting.
He had the ball
Look,
further out.
it was a carbon copy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Almost.
pretty much. Pretty much. Look at him. I
He's,
did the same
I'm
way you
sure
did.
it's exactly what he's saying, isn't it? It went in for you. It didn't go in for me.
He said, what's the deal? Why are you special? Why did mine go in? I want to play too. Oh, poor guy. I feel for him. Oh. So we are a 13-point game here. So. And I believe we're 5 shots in or 6 shots in. Let me double check here. 1 second.
Just to answer Rob Peacock, it's 12 hours difference here, Rob. We are 12 hours ahead here in Thailand, so it's coming up to 7:30 in the morning here for me. Exactly 12 hours difference to Eastern Time. So what shot do we have now? There's your answer. The one-handed jump shot.
Going for the easy six pointers now.
Yeah, we've lost the sound again for some reason, I think, Kevin, haven't we?
Tim's on basically on autopilot now. He's just picking 6-pointers. Because after this shot, I believe there's only 2 shots left in the match.
Okay.
So if Tim
That'll
just picks
explain it.
6, 6, 6, 6, that's pretty much it's pretty much uncatchable at this point. Jim will have to make this, which will be 70. He'll be down 13. Then he would have to make a 10-pointer that Tim misses, and then Tim would have to pick a 6-pointer or a shot that he misses and Jimmy makes. So Jimmy's got a wall to climb here. But maybe thinking independent trick shots.
Well, here's the first wall that he needs to jump over.
I had a match won at the Worlds last year against Wayne Parker, and picked a 6-point shot and missed it on 3 attempts, and he made it to beat me. Oh boy!
Well, he took that very quick, didn't he? He didn't really steady himself. It seemed to me he just got down and hit it.
He was
Maybe
not
the
set.
nerves are kicking in.
He might be thinking about some of the shots he missed in this match. Oh, really good shot there. All right, that's going to be 5 points.
Keeps the dream alive.
Yep.
14 behind. And it will be his pick next. So, as you say, Jason, he needs to go high, doesn't he?
He needs to go high and something that he doesn't think Tim can make. So we are at 74, I believe. 69. Yeah, he needs to, 79. Yeah, so he'd be 79 and then. Yep, so we are 4B. This is a 9-point shot.
But what is it going to be?
The big
rocket Massey.
That's a good pick. Jimmy actually made this against Steve. It was one of the shots that put him ahead in that match a little bit. It's not a bad pick at all.
Yeah, I believe got it on his third attempt against Steve Markle.
He needs to get it on his first attempt here. He needs every point he can get. If he makes it, that makes it 78 on the first attempt. That's a 5-point difference.
I think Tim Chin is meditating at the moment, I think.
Look at this shot.
Oh, look at this. No.
Missed the two ball. Missed the two ball.
Wow.
Yeah, that's usually those two balls are a make pretty much all the time. If you get enough speed on them, setup is usually in the pocket. So he missed his setup a little bit.
Yeah, and before he was placing that 3-ball out a little bit more because his cue ball was going a little bit away from the rail, but that one hugged the rail perfectly. He'd done the hard part of the shot.
So this is 8 points on a second attempt. Means it's a 6-point difference. He's got to make this. If he doesn't make this, all Tim's got to do is pick a 6-pointer. Doesn't even have to make it at that point. Got to make this shot. Got to make this shot.
Here it goes. No, to the same point again. So it's a setup issue.
If Jim makes this shot, it's 7 points. That puts him at 76. That means there's a 7-point difference. All Tim has to do is basically pick a 6-pointer. He doesn't even have to make it. It just has to go down in the books as he picks a 6-pointer. Jim can't catch him no matter what. So the match pretty much is over here.
Yeah, he'd be absolutely gutted. He got so close. He played a great shot the first attempt on this. And missed the 2-ball, and he's missed it again.
He can join the realms of me. I've been Phil Mickelson for a while here.
Look at this. Oh, and now the 3-ball. He normally puts that out a little bit more to make sure he makes it. Oh, it's all gone wrong right at the end.
Oh, boy, he hit it good, too. Boy, he hit it good.
Well, he did have a couple, to be fair, earlier on in this final. Maybe, another time they wouldn't have gone in. Those 2 really thin cuts, 2 or 3 shots, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
That went in for him.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. It's over.
Tim Chin, 2022 and 2024 national champion. Jimmy Glanville.
I would just like to say thank you so much for commentating with me and allowing me to commentate on another great event. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you, everyone that's watching. I'm going to step out. I'm going to go and get some sleep. I might stick around, though, and watch the presentation. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm Mark White. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Kevin. I'll see you again in February. Ta-da.
Thanks, Mark. And thank everybody for watching. I am Kevin Ross along with Jason Lynch. Thank you guys for watching, and big congratulations to Tim Chin, and congratulations to Jimmy Glanville for his second place finish. He played a great tournament. I expect to see you in the finals at the next one, Jimmy, which is going to be in February. All right, that's going to be it for now. We're going to have an awards presentation coming up in, 20, 30 minutes?
About 20, 30 minutes. Thank you, Kevin, for having me.
Thanks for sitting in, and we'll see you guys soon. See you guys.